my beautiful ladies and gentlemen. You caught me. You caught me. I was so excited to see my beautiful ladies, my guests on the screen, and I totally forgot to put in our video, our opening video, and it still didn't come in. So if you could give me 1 minute, let me just click on it. Okay, come in, bring in. I know why. Upload disable storage. My storage is full. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what I am gonna do, I am gonna play my beautiful ladies because you will all see the golden nuggets. I am gonna play it in a few seconds, not seconds. I will play it in between our show. So let me count down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. Here we go. Hello, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Hello, my beautiful diamond beauties and my beautiful Tanzanite heroes. I hope that you are amazing. It is 8 o'clock p.m. South African time, and people will see why you have so much energy. Yes, I have so much energy because I said to God, I had an afternoon that I had to be with somebody that lost her mother, and I needed some extra energy for me, and as well as sending all my love to her. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, our show's name is called The Integrated Journey. So, I'm sure you will ask me, Sanet, why integrated journey and growth? But how is your life path? Because change is inedible. Inedible. I'm sorry, it sounds like I'm going to eat it, but no, it's not that. But you know what I mean. Change is happening. And I always believe, like water, if it doesn't move, it rots. So we have to move, we have to keep on moving. And I always say, life is like this: 2 steps to the front and one back. And it depends on you. How long are you going to stay in your back foot? So, growth, personal growth, and business growth is amazing. It's the number one thing that you need to look at because change is happening. So I am so excited. My beautiful ladies is from the Netherlands, from the UK, and from America. All of them are here. I am so excited. But first of all, I would like to play my sponsors video, Jose Escobar, and then I will bring in my ladies.
Is Jose Escobar. I live in Washington, D.C. area. I'm a family man. I'm an entrepreneur, coach, author, and speaker. I have communities. I support people. I'm a servant leader, and the list goes on. And I'm primarily the CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. That's my bread and butter. That's my core offer, right? That's where I put most of my time and energy. And the Connected Leaders Academy is a growing community. It's a tribe of some of the highest level entrepreneurs from all over the world. We're now over 350 plus members, 42 states across the US, and 17 international countries. If you're an entrepreneur out there that's looking to grow personally and professionally, scale your influence, develop your skill sets, move the needle in your business, more money, more clients, right? This is the community for you.
The video went and the mute and the voice was not the same, but it's all okay. So my beautiful ladies, I'm so sorry I could not play our opening video. I tried during the video to quickly bring it in after deleting another file, and it tells me I still don't have enough space. I don't understand, but don't worry, don't worry. I will still play our beautiful opening video with all of your beautiful golden nuggets in there. So I am going to start with you, my beautiful Nicolette. Please introduce yourself. And then, ladies, can I ask you to mute yourself while Nicolette is talking? Tell us where you're from, and then tell us what growth means for you.
Thank you so much for inviting me here this evening. The moment I met you, our connection was amazing. So I'm so pleased to be here. My name is Nicolette Lazarus. I am 54 years young. I am a Brit who's lived in the Netherlands for the past 18 years. And I am the founder of a platform I'm developing called Womanship. And Womanship connects women and wellness professionals so both can thrive. Maybe a little bit more on that later. But personal growth for me, for example, I only wore my hair out naturally for the first time 2 years ago when I was 54. And I guess that's a little bit about my life journey in terms of coming to terms with things step by step. So, my personal growth journey, I grew up in the UK. We were the first family of colour in a white area. And I guess that builds a certain amount of resilience. I had an amazingly happy childhood because of my parents, but they gave me all the lessons, which were, you have to be twice as good to get half the opportunities, never let the color of your skin hold you back, never try to stand out because you stand out anyway. So I did have an amazingly happy childhood, but I have to say I felt like I had a mask on. And I studied, I did a master's degree, I got married and divorced and ended up being told that I was a people pleaser and that I needed to start thinking about myself. And I was probably about mid-30s at the time. And I really had no idea of who I was, what I wanted in life. And I decided to take 9 months on my own and go traveling. Now, this was before self-discovery was a thing. And, I've never read or watched Love, Eat, Pray because I don't want it to change my own personal journey. But I guess I went and started discovering myself, knowing that I wasn't feeling happy inside. But what really changed things for me was I met a man while I was traveling and changed my plans. And instead of going to New Zealand, ended up doing a crazy 2-week road trip with him in the outback of Australia. And believe me, I'm not a camper. And for some reason, the guy who I just met, for some reason, had an ability to tap into me. And we'd have these amazing days, and then at night stop at these little hip campsites or whatever. And it was literally like peeling back an onion. Lots of tears, but just for the first time, somebody helping me appreciate me. Saying, if I was describing this person, you would describe them as a good person, wouldn't you? And I would say yes. So he was asking me, why don't I apply it to myself? To stop looking outside for validation, which I'd always done, I guess partly because of the way that I'd grown up. And to start listening to my gut for the first time and my heart and how I felt and what I wanted and starting to put myself first. And it's an amazing journey for me because it's literally me before traveling and me after traveling. All of a sudden, I could sense people and sense people around me. I fell in love literally just as I came back from traveling. I fell in love literally the couple of weeks after I came back. And I'd known this guy for quite a while. It was someone who I actually used to work with. And he said, I always fancied you, but I thought you were a little high maintenance. I'm like, hang on a sec, I'm working at a top advertising agency, and maybe I was wearing a little bit of a mask, but high maintenance is a little bit excessive. Anyway, 18 years later, that relationship is still there, and very happy. I mean, amazingly happy for two of us in our 50s. I think my personal growth journey also gave me the ability to start my business growth journey. So my background is in advertising, big companies. But then because I became more perceptive to everybody around me, And I had my own growth journey. So I'd had a divorce previously. I had 4 or 5 miscarriages. Different things happen to you along this life journey. It's almost like you start to connect the dots and you go back to the beginning and you realize that everything that's happened to you in the past actually creates who you are as a person. And you have to come to terms and understand those things and the influence they have on who you are as an individual before you can solve things to move forward and before you can learn how to deal with things. So that bit of growth I find fascinating. It's continual. And then I guess, my business growth came very much from something that my partner said. And he said, I can't believe that given the amount you women talk, you don't talk about the really important things. And that was such a realization to me. And I thought of all these things that women go through on their own. So I ended up doing some research into how women worry. And it turns out we are worrying all the time. I think over 70% had a
Sorry, we are going to talk about it because I want to ask you if you have hugged your beautiful friend. So can I please just let the other ladies introduce themselves, and then we will we will circle back to you. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, my
No.
beauty.
I have hugged him.
Oh, okay. And you told him it's from a lady from South Africa? Oh wow, thank you, my beautiful Nicolette. I am gonna come circle back to you. So my beautiful Linda, also traveling all over the world, and then you were in Egypt. So I'm gonna ask you about that a little bit later on. But for now, can you just introduce yourself and tell us where you're from, and also tell us what growth means for you?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be on your show again. The last time I had to do a quick recording because like you said, I was off to Egypt. And after Egypt, I got back home and I went to Ireland and Britain. And so traveling, like teaching, storytelling, and traveling, they're just woven into like the very fabric of who I am, of my being. My heart like swells with peace when I share. So guiding others through their struggles. I am a intuitive strategist and a self-love advocate. Just embrace self-love and the magic within. I share my perspectives, having been having as a recovering pessimist, I've stepped into being more optimistic. And that's where I feel that my growth has come. That's the self-talk and having those self-discovery moments and self-acceptance, self-love has been tremendous in my growth over the last 30 plus years. And finding those trial and errors, seeing the light within the shadow. And that's what I share with my clients. It's who I am to a core. And and I'm a mom of three, a special education teacher, and now working on my business. And I have in the works a nonprofit organization that's going to be launched here in July. So I'm tuning in from Salt Lake City, Utah, and just so happy to be here.
Wow, Linda, I am in awe of you. You are truly, truly magnificent. Magnificent. Thank you so much, Linda. My beautiful Ronnie, all the way from the UK. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us, oh well, I said you from the UK, and tell us what growth means for you.
Yes, thank you, Sanet, and it's always a great pleasure, a great honor to be on your TV show. I'm really, really excited when you told me to we'll talk about growth because this is a great topic. So, like you said, I am based in the UK. I am originally from Mauritius, and I moved to the UK about 12 years ago. And I have been an academic teaching human resource management for 20 years, traveling all over the world. And now I have also my own business. I am the founder of Amazing You, and I am a clinical hypnotherapist, breathwork coach, astrologer, tarot reader, and compassion practitioner. And I think growth is a very, very important area to talk about because life is about growing. If you look at nature, if you look at the trees, they keep growing. They don't stay as they are. They grow. The small tree become a big tree. It blossoms, and every season it goes with the change of the season as well. And we as human beings, our body as well grows. Whether we like it or not, we were all a little baby, a small baby, and then the body changes, the body grows until adults, and it keeps growing. And the research have showed that every 11 months, whether we like it or not, the cells in our body, they renew themselves. So the body is growing. If we look at our nails, our hair, it's always growing. And growing is not an easy process for most of us, because though we have the body grows, but our mindset does not always grow. Sometimes we can, depending on our conditioning, we can stay in a very fixed mindset. And for me, that was like that for a long time, based on my childhood conditioning, on the trauma. And when I started that journey of personal growth, that's where I started to grow in myself. I always asked myself, because I was always surrounded by academics books, but I never found that I was growing inside of me. I felt that there was something more. I get bored with those books. There's something more that I need to learn. And when I went in that journey of personal growth, for me, it's a journey, I would say, of self discovery, because growing, it's about rediscovering myself. And I found out so many great things about me when I started to go within. So, growth for me, it's about going inside of yourself, discovering the treasures, because there lies all the treasures within us. And as we tap into those treasures, we will be able to grow our life, grow our business, grow our relationships, and grow help the family, the people around us. So growth for me, it starts with growing myself on a daily basis. It's not something to do only once a while, but every day we have to keep working on ourselves and growing ourselves and tapping into our heart and listening. Because I've seen from clients, the biggest issue most of the clients come up with is they don't know themselves. They get blocked, they procrastinate, they feel stuck, they can't have relationship, they can't have a great job because they don't go within. They look for the outside, for the external. But when you
I
look
love
within, you discover everything on the outside, and you are able to have a more balanced life. Things come to you more naturally because we are energy and we attract what we put out. So if we work on our energy and our vibration, we attract the right people, the right situation. So growth starts within. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, my beautiful Ronnie, my beautiful Natalie. Can you please introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from and tell us what growth means for you. Just give me 1 second there. You can go
Okay.
ahead.
Thank you. I couldn't mute before. Um, thank you. I know I'm in the right place. Incredible. So so I live in northern Alberta, Canada, and right now we're actually close to freezing. I am it's crazy. I am a therapist. So I do a lot of hands-on massage and shockwave. So I work with the connective tissue. And I also have a degree in neurolinguistics and work with quantum sound and light to help to bring the body back into balance. So I'm all about. I rely on God, so for my wisdom, and I need that. I need Him. But so divine alignment is where I like to start the growth. So it's from that free spine. If we can imagine, we're like a tree and we're growing, and there are things that get in the way of that growth. So it's like I've been meditating on this time and coming together and what to share. I haven't prepared. I've been prepared for 30 years, basically.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
right? So it's in my core. Yes, yes, yes. It's in my core. It's there. I've lived it. The recovery, a recovery journey from addiction, just step by step. And part of growing is like doing what we know to do. And that's really been ringing to me. It's like, it's not wisdom. Like people say, I know, I know. Well, we don't really know. We don't
Oh,
really know
goosebumps.
unless we're
Goosebumps.
living it, unless we're walking it out, right? So that's the place that I'm at in my growth. Um, so I've been prepared for now. I was almost very nonverbal the past for a long, long time, and then writing my book the last 10 years, and just writing nonverbal. It's all out like that. So I took a course 4 years ago, and to tell my story, one of them, and to get my voice back. So that was a huge growth. And here I am because of that preparation. I can be here and it works. So thank you. Great
Wow.
to be here
You,
with you, beautiful ladies.
thank you. You are amazing. So the day that we met, we had an amazing um, coffee chat. And I remember when I told you I am a voice amplifier. you
Yes.
you were so happy to hear I'm a voice amplifier, because 5 years ago I always did speak, but not really. I always was a people pleaser, but 5 years ago I decided that I want to live and I don't want to die. I lost 165 pounds or 75 kilograms. I got my voice. I got my voice. So I am so happy that you've got your voice, and I'm so happy that you are here.
Thank
So, my beautiful viewers out there, we didn't prepare. The ladies just came and they trust me, because I totally believe all our wisdom is inside of us. And like I got goosebumps when Natalie said we are innate with more wisdom that we now actually tap into from a soul level. So I love that. So what I want to say, this is not an editing. We are live and we're just going with the flow. So my beautiful ladies, I am going to ask you one more question. Just not a long answer, because we wanted to start with the long answers just after that. So I'm going to start with Nicolette. If you can give 3 tips for anyone, all the viewers out there, for growth. It can be personal or it can be a business, but 3 tips. And I've unmuted you.
Oh, okay. So the first one is to realize that everybody is growing. And I think people can look as if they're sorted and look as if they've got it all sorted out. None of us have. It's a continual journey. So I think it's about accepting where we are and accepting everyone around us is trying to do the same thing. So that's the
Yes, I
first.
love that. I love that. Thank you.
The second one for growth for me is accepting that you've never made a bad decision in your life. And by that, I mean you make the decisions that you make based on the information you have at the time. Do you know what I mean? When new information comes to light, it's easy to look back and say you made a bad decision, but we don't deliberately self-sabotage ourselves. So secondly, just be very kind and forgiving to yourself. The third one, I think, is don't compare yourself to anybody else. There are no comparisons. We all have different journeys. We all have different lives. So I think, we are individuals. We have our individual paths. And it's just take your breath and feel your gut and understand what your individual path is. And actually don't give a damn what anybody else thinks or says. It's all about you and how you move forward in life. So
I
that's my
love it. I'm sorry, I'm so excited, but my beautiful one, you were number 450 coffee chat I had in 2 years and 3 months. And most of the people are comparing them with other people. They're comparing themselves with their beginning of their journey with other people's journey that's already a few years down the line. So here is to you, my beautiful. Oh, thank you, my beautiful one. Linda, can you let me just unmute you? Can you give us three tips for growth, please? And I have my glasses here.
I absolutely love this question. So after we get done here today, I'm going to be doing a short um, uh, talk to a graduating class. And so one of the things that I was tapping into and receiving was, what information can I give them? And so part of that is those 3 tips for growth. And so as I went through that, the number one for me is that knowing that failing doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. To fail is the first attempt at learning. And so using the trial and error, learning from it and expanding and growing, that would be my first tip. You're never failing. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. You are learning, and that is what is going to propel you into the biggest, most achievement and experiences that you can imagine. So that's my number one. Can I be done with
Okay.
number one? Like, no. The second one, the second one that I use with my students has always been from an acronym that a mnemonic of the word magic. So mindfulness or mindset, awareness, goals and intention, using your intuition, and making connections. So that's a lot, but like the second would be, doing those on a daily basis. If you're not feeling connected to yourself, these are ways to be able to go back in and check if you are in alignment, if you're being authentic to yourself, because that's where it matters. That intrinsic motivation, that intrinsic self love. The third one would be for growth. 3, I absolutely love, stepping in and not comparing yourself. Having been there as a recovering pessimist, self-sabotage was huge for me. And looking back, coming from a heart-centered space has allowed me to be more optimistic in my life and to be able to share that with others. So there's my 3. Excellent question. Thank you.
That was easy. So, my beautiful viewers out there, this
That was easy.
was easy. That was easy. And all of us can do it. Nobody cannot do it. So, yes, I love it. Thank you, my beautiful Linda. And then you, my beautiful Ronnie, if you can give us your 3 tips.
Yes, that's a really beautiful thing to ask us, because each one of us, we are saying very different things but very valuable stuff. So I would say, for me, the 3 tips, number one is, I always tell people, because this happened to me too, is to invest in yourself. And that's the chapter of my book. So invest in yourself, because this is the best investment you will ever make. You will always get it back, no matter how much you're spending. It is so worth spending. So I would say, whether investing in courses, in therapy to heal yourself, wow, this is life changing, and that will help you to grow even faster. And the other thing is to let go. I, in the physical world, it's how much weight we can carry, but in the spiritual world is how much we can let go. And that's when we go even more. Let go of the let go of the emotional baggage, let go of the grudges, let go of the guilt. We carry so much guilt, so much shame, so much pain. So it's about freeing us from from those things that keep us in prison and letting that go so that we can grow and we can become the best of ourselves, a better version of ourselves. And the third one I would say is sharing. I think in order to grow, yes, I think it's very important, like to have that platform like today, we are sharing what we know. Because if we are keeping it to ourselves, we are not growing. But the more we share, the more we are creating for us to learn, for us to bring towards us. So I would always tell people on my platform, share the knowledge, because keeping it to yourself, it won't help you to grow. So the more you share, the more knowledge will come to you and you will grow even more. So these are my 3 tips. Thank
I
you.
love it. And you are the Diamond Beauty's connector expert. So here you go, my beautiful
Thank you.
Ronnie. That's amazing. Thank you. So let me just get to my post, because when I go, I have to go down on my board to unmute you, my beautiful Natalie. Can you give us your 3 tips, please?
My few tips. Well, something that was rolling in my mind is compassion, and I read it. It's self-compassion, um, and that was always really, really hard one for me. Had to take, so if we can get that sooner, we can change sooner. And I read something in a book, and it said, um, "I accept myself, even though I." Do this, fill in the blank. And then you go deeper and you repeat it to the next thing. I accept myself even though I didn't drink all the water that I wanted to drink today. I dehydrate myself. Um, it's just an old habit. And it's like when I drink enough water, I feel amazing. So drink lots of water to the audience. In my NLP, my teacher would say, have your client drink 2 glasses of water uh, before therapy because of the disorganization in the brain that dehydration causes. So that's one. Uh, and I would collect little statements that would help me just through the years. And one simple one is, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Exactly, exactly.
I Ching, baby, I Ching. Yeah, that was really good. And that always helped me, and it's just kind of funny too. Um, and the other thing would be, because my journey has been one of isolating because of feeling a lack of safety and a lack of love. And I've been thinking, the people who have taken time, like you took time for a coffee chat, others have taken time to actually be with me, talk to me, um, just pouring into my life. And so I say, for people who I've overcome a whole lot of fear, and for people who feel a resistance, who it seems unnatural to come together with others, I would say, um, feel it, and do it anyways, because when you start joining with others, so many others feel just like you do, and you will grow exponentially by making connections with other souls. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. So when I started with my coffee chat, I wanted to meet the ladies to see where can I put them in the right TV shows so that I can have an amazing combination of people. But my
So
beautiful
good.
ones, I've met so many people all around the world, women and men. All of them want to be loved and want to be and love their family and take care of their family. Ons is oh, I'm almost talking Afrikaans. And Afrikaans is ons is almal dieselfde and maybe and Nicolette you will be able to understand me a little bit with my Afrikaans, but for all of us is the same. So that was so
Yeah.
easy. Here we go. So my beautiful ones, I
Yeah.
actually could get the video right. So if you can give me a minute, this is our opening video with your beautiful golden nuggets. So Nicolette, I don't know why I didn't get yours. I think you said you're gonna look at it, but I just put in your golden nugget womanship because even that word means a lot. So here we go. So this was the video in the beginning, but I did made it. I did made it. I promise, and I did. So I am now going to give you a little bit longer to talk about 4 to 5 minutes, please, ladies. And if it's less, then it will be okay. So Nicolette, can you please tell us about your beautiful organization and what you are doing, helping and making the world a better place. I was amazed by what you have done and what you are going to do. So please, all over to you.
Firstly, it's just been amazing listening to the responses from, all the other ladies you have on. It's just so wonderful hearing this sort of heart-centered approach that everyone's coming from. And I guess for me, mine is womanship, which is a share more, worry less platform for women. It's interesting. I initially tried to define womanship and realized that I couldn't, and that it means something spontaneously to every woman who hears it. So for me, this was based on the understanding that we're not sharing our worries as women. So did a lot of research around this and found that we're holding back a lot when it comes to the worries that we have. And the reasons are all the same: embarrassment, fear of judgment, fear of being the only one, fear of it being used against you, fear of being talked about, or fear of burdening or overburdening others. So much so that only 29% of women felt they could be completely open and honest about what they were going through. And yet our worries are so similar. They all fell into the same buckets, from career and finance, sex and relationships, motherhood and family, death and bereavement, aging and menopause. And yet, as women, we feel better just by being able to share our problems. And, that just the act of sharing, it's not necessarily sometimes getting the answers, because we can actually come up with those, but making them vocal or writing them down or sharing them in a group helps us. So it kind of struck me as weird that as women, we're fighting for equity, but because we're not talking about the things that are actually often common to all of us, we don't understand ourselves as womankind. And how can we ever get equity if we don't actually understand that foundation level of who we are as women and the things that are common amongst us? So this sort of sparked my brain going, and I came up with the idea of womanship. And it's a platform of two different halves that come together. So one is a membership community for women, and it covers all the different things that you go through in your life phases rather than individually. There are lots of groups that cover motherhood or menopause. This is all the subjects that we worry about most. But when you're on the platform, you can interact in the forums anonymously to take away that fear of judgment. And that's really important because then all of a sudden you can say what you mean or what you're going through. And it's amazing the number of other women who will say, I've been there, that's happened to me. And that validation is so important for us because of the things we're not talking about as women. The second side is for wellness professionals who are often solo female entrepreneurs, and they're not necessarily business people, and they hate the marketing side. I mean, a lot of them feel overwhelmed by the day-to-day admin and whatever. So what it does is bring together practice management software for them. So in other words, patient notes, booking meetings, all these, holding their documents all in one place. But what it helps them do is help them generate leads because they can publish content and events from the platform into the community. So hopefully that will help drive leads. If you're doing a good article on spirituality or what you need to know before you go for IVF or a good event, then it should lead you to people to follow you and maybe book a one-to-one with you via the platform. And the other thing that it does is create a wellness directory. Because what it is, it's very difficult for women to find the services that they need. Where do you find an acupuncturist and a somatic healer in one directory? So you can search saying that you're looking for an acupuncturist, or you could search for somebody who helps with grief. And I didn't know acupuncture could help with grief. So the idea is it provides an array of content for you to look at, specialists to speak to, events to go to that can help you at different life stages. So that's what I'm working on. It's a labor of love, but I found my purpose, which is, it's really strange. When you start doing something that's purpose driven, it puts everything else that you've done that may have been amazing into the shadow. So this is something I feel so purposeful about. And I'm speaking with wonderful professionals from all over the world. And I don't think we've spoken across man-made borders about what makes us women. And until we start coming together collectively on that, when we start coming together collectively, I think we can change the world because it so needs our female energy. So that's womanship.
Wow. I must just say, ladies, and my beautiful diamond beauties, when I met Nicolette and we talked about it, I was like blown away. We only had a talk, it was Monday.
Very quick.
It was Monday. I had to bring her on the show. I had to, because there is so many of our beautiful ladies out there, and even on the panel that are my guests that can make use of this. So beautiful. I loved it. Thank you so much for all that you do. Good luck with all the things still need to be done. But your passion is there and you want to make the world a better place. And I believe God and the angels will just direct everything the way that it should go. So thank you so much for that, my beautiful Nicolette. So my beautiful Linda, please, if you would love to tell us about your Egypt trip. I know there was a specific thing that you went and do. And then can you please also tell us what is your golden nugget after that?
Oh, yes. So a little bit about my Egypt trip. It was the most amazing, powerful, spiritual travel that I have ever experienced. I love traveling. It is, like I said, within my core, and I've traveled all over the US. It was one of the first ventures that far out of the United States. And just tapping in and feeling the history and connecting and having those remembrances of who I am, who we are, and where we've come from. Finding that magic within myself went to a whole new level, having been experiencing the Queen and the King's tombs, and being able to be in that space was I I still can't even find words for it. It was just so powerful, and still integrating into my daily life as I have been experiencing a new journey of breast cancer that is decided to visit my bones as well. So I have stage 4 breast cancer that's metastasized to my bones. And so my experience in Egypt was not only a spiritual journey, but it was also that of one to heal and support my body in this new transformation and growth. And being able to bring that as a second time cancer warrior, also experienced this in 2008. I've been able to step in and away from being that pessimist into the optimist. And so my golden nugget, I just finding everything is still finding your magic within, remembering who you are, that you are magical, and you have everything that you need within yourself. It's remembering that it is with you. And that would be my golden nugget.
Wow,
So
I
thank
love it.
you so much.
Thank you, my beautiful one. And Linda, thank you for telling us. And my praise is going to you out every day, because you are in what you are going through. I was never in that position, but you are still strong. You're still showing the world that you are amazing and want to inspire. So for me, you are magnificent. I am going to bring in Dana, and I know there was a problem with the time. So Ronnie and Natalie, please excuse me. Let me bring in beautiful, beautiful Dana. Dana, can you please introduce yourself and tell us what growth means for you?
Growth means not freaking out when you are not on a call that started 45 minutes ago. That is true growth, okay?
It's beautiful, and it's still okay because you still came through, although there's only going to be a little bit more, and then you will be able to dance with all of us. And ladies, I promise you, all of you will be coming back in June. I promise you. Maybe not on the same time, but I will get as most as you can come so that you can, and maybe I can arrange it for you to come all back again, because I know there was now a time problem with the time. So all good, my beautiful Dana. So let me put on my glasses, my beautiful girl. Tell us who are you, and tell us what does growth mean for you.
Listen, growth seriously means rolling with it. We can't control everything. And I thought I had this locked down, and I had my stuff on do not disturb because I was on another call, and I thought this is perfect. And then I got off and saw your message. So that is true growth, because I do believe 100% that everything happens for a reason, and my life is perfect. So for whatever reason, I wasn't supposed to show up till now. Here I am. I am known as a smart dating diva queen, and I help women, soul searching women over 40, single, understand their value when it comes to dating. They're looking for love in all the wrong places. So I'm actually a woman's dating coach, and I help them understand before the fourth date whether to continue or not. Now, what gives me that superpower? Because I found true love not once, but twice. So I remarried after the passing of my husband, and it came to me when people said to me, "How did you do that? How did you find love 2 times in a row?" And I thought, oh yeah, I did, didn't I? So I have a whole system, and I'm working on an evergreen program, and it's all really exciting. Thank you, Sanet.
Wow. And I just must say, ladies, I visit, Donna have invited me to come and visit her and have dinner. We had a most amazing dinner her husband made, and I'm going to ask you to pronounce Julia's cook
Oh,
recipe.
Julia Child's cookbook. He made the beef bouillon, Julia Child's version. That's like a labor of love. That's a whole day cooking event.
8 hours. But the meat, it was so delicious. I was too scared to chow too much because then I have to swallow. But then I was like, oh, I'm so happy I've got more to eat. And then I was like lingered in my mouth and must I swallow it? Yeah, okay, I can swallow because I have some more. It was truly, truly amazing. The guests, and then I just have to say this. I just have to say it. And then afterwards, so my girls, I must just tell you, I am not used to American pies. So here in South Africa we have pies, but we never have so many filling in, and the filling is a little bit running as well. So we don't have pies like that. So when Donna gave me this big piece, I thought, oh my goodness, okay, I taste, but okay, that was okay, but I ate the crunch. I ate the crunch. And nobody eating crunch. I was the only one that was eating my crunch. It was
I
so
love the
funny.
crust. I love the crust. It was super
But it
fun
was,
and a true honor to have you here. And he did make it because you were showing up, girlfriend.
oh,
So.
wow, that was amazing. And afterwards, they had a fireplace. Their houses, we call it in South Africa a stoep, their veranda. They had water. It was so the house and place is so beautiful. And then there was a fire pit, and he was playing music and he was singing to us. Oh, I'm telling you, this was truly amazing. So, my beautiful ladies, we actually have 2 more minutes to go. So, I just wanted to quickly, Linda gave her a golden nugget. I said, Nicolette, I've put womanship in yours. My beautiful Ronnie, can you please give us your golden nugget?
Yes, Sanet. My golden nugget is you are the treasure that you have been seeking. You know,
I love it.
we look outside for the external validation, but it starts with looking within ourselves. That's where we find all our gifts. Like all of you ladies have discovered
I
your
love
voice,
that.
talents. So as we
Yes, I'm
keep
so
looking
sorry.
within, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting because we cannot go into an explanation. Otherwise, I will not be able to finish. My beautiful Natalie, what is your golden nugget?
My golden nugget, really tough, divine lesson, and it is how would we learn forgiveness unless there was something to forgive?
I love that.
And
Thank you.
that was a very deep lesson. Yeah.
Wow, I love it. Thank you so much. And my beautiful Donna, what is your golden nugget?
I like to encourage people to always understand that their shortcomings and my shortcomings are different.
Yes.
It's really pretty simple. Always remember that.
That is so beautiful. My ladies and gentlemen, my viewers out there on E360 platform, I hope that you have loved our show. Our show turned out differently, but you know, I always say divine timing, divine everything. And that's why it's a live session. There's no editing because life is like this. Yes, sometimes we can remember that we don't want to do that or we don't want to burn our hands again. But life is like this. And it's that box of chocolates, that miracle. I was so happy when Dana came in. I was like, my Dana is here. My Dana is here. But we had an amazing time. And I have to ask my beautiful ladies a question. So, my beautiful ladies, I want to make sure you all are muted. No, ka-chong. There you are. Um,
Yes.
my beautiful ladies, will you have a dance with me?
Yay!
Yeah, yeah,
My,
yeah.
my beautiful viewers out there, will you have a dance with us? They said yes. They said yes. Here we go. There you go, Donna.